Welcome to the Darker Tanned Asians podcast. I'm your host, Victor, alongside my co-host, Joe Bactus and Omar Strongtower. Today, we have a very, very awesome, lovely guest, actor, skateboarder, Francesca, Frankie, Rosario. Welcome to the show.
Ooh, thank you.
Yeah.
Hi, guys. Thanks for having me.
Woo.
It's our pleasure. And, we're big fans. I don't know too much about skateboarding, but these two guys do. So I'm gonna piggyback off them. But Francesca, you and I are represented by the same agent, right?
Yes.
Erica,
yep.
and alongside Omar as well. So there's a connection there, and I think this is we're bringing people in together just for show support and also celebrate the arts as well too. So this is an interesting aspect. I mean, I love sports. I don't know too much about skateboarding, but I'm going to learn from you. We're all going to learn from you today.
Definitely. Yeah.
So we're going to get onto it. Okay. So Frankie, Francesca, let's start off with how long have you been skateboarding? How did you get into it?
So I've been skateboarding for almost 10 years, and I don't know. I kind of just fell into it. Like I didn't start off young. It was kind of like I was in college and I was 2 years in, and I went to this skate shop. I was like walking around in like early morning before school, walking around Oceanside. At the time I wasn't living here, but I saw the skateboard shop, and as I was walking like past it, heading to the music store. Sorry, this is like in details, but I looked inside. I looked inside and I saw this old school skateboard deck. I had no idea about skateboarding or any skaters or tricks or anything.
You're talking about the 80s one with the plastic bumper in the back?
Yeah.
Oh, I know those.
Pretty much the same. Okay. Yeah, those like wide boards.
Right. They're like this like stumpy little, yeah.
Yeah. So I was like, oh, I got to get to school. I'll come back later, go check this out. So later on, I came into that skateboard shop and I actually met the owner, and he's really cool, laid back guy. And there were other skaters around. So me not knowing how to skateboard or anything about it, they were so helpful, and they were like, oh, you should try and get this, or don't spend this because you're just a beginner. You want to like see if you like it. So long story short, that's kind of how I got into skateboarding, was because like through that skateboard shop, which later on, eventually I had the opportunity to become a co-owner of. So
wow,
nice.
Yeah,
that's epic.
Okay.
That's awesome.
That's a really cool story, actually.
Man.
Wow. Okay.
Holy
and
shit.
do you still have the skateboard? Did you ever keep it, or
Yeah,
did you use
You
that?
have to, right?
Yeah, the first one.
yeah. You know what? Now that I look back, I wish I did.
Oh no.
But no. But the reason is because I go through these events and like I see young girls or young guys, and they're inspired by it, and they're just like, oh, want to learn, and it can be expensive. So I'm just like, hey, I have this skateboard, and even I'm like, I have emotional ties with it, but it's okay.
But still
I'm
awesome,
like,
though.
as long as you have fun, that's all that matters.
That's great.
So
And I bet that kid.
but I did. Sorry.
No, I was gonna say that kid probably I bet he or she probably has that. They probably wrote it for a little bit until they got the new one, and they put that one up on a shelf, saying, "I got this from Frankie." I'm gonna put this on here.
I sure hope so. That would be awesome.
Right.
That really.
And how long have you been skating altogether? How many years would you say?
10 years. Yeah, I want to say.
Oh wow.
So long, yeah.
2022.
Damn.
I forget what year we're on. 2022.
I think
it's 10 years.
Me too.
Everyone that I knew that got into skateboarding got into like early high school. It's kind of interesting that you got into it like in college. That's something very natural. Like it picked you. You just saw
That's
the
true.
like, okay, like that's my destiny.
Exactly.
That is dope.
Yeah. I had no. It's kind of like I don't know how to explain it. It was kind of like you said, it kind of picked me instead of, I don't know, that kind of sounds weird, me saying that it picked me.
Oh, not really.
Destiny.
It's destiny. Yeah, no, Joe took the word out of my mouth. Yeah, fate. I mean, and you never thought about skateboarding even prior to college, or even like rode on one just for fun when you were a kid? That was the first time?
No, actually.
Wow.
So before Oceanside, I lived like probably 30 miles, like Fallbrook area, like inland. And there was a skate park a couple of miles away from my parents' house where I used to live when I was in high school. And we would drive by it like once in a while, and I would see this, like a bunch of skaters, and I saw this one guy, he like did an air out of a bowl. And I was like, sick. As we were driving by, I'm like, that is so cool. Right. And then from that, I remembered that when I was younger, because I was born in the Philippines and I came here when I was young. Nice.
Okay, cool.
So yeah, and so from that, I was like, oh, I don't know if you guys, like, if you've seen Rocket Power, that like cartoon.
Yes, I love Rocket Power.
Okay, explain. Apparently, I'm the only one.
It's a 90s Nickelodeon show.
Oh, the skateboarding, surfing, and everything in it. Yeah. Okay. It was awesome.
Yeah. So like subconsciously. Yeah. So subconsciously, it was like, oh, I totally forgot about that. Like you said, surfing, snowboarding. Skateboarding,
all the extremes, then all the extreme sports.
Yeah.
Okay.
So I think that's when it really started subconsciously.
What would be your favorite skateboard memory? Like, say, winning a competition and landing like a certain trick the first time, like landing your first ollie or your heel flip or anything like that. Or what was the first move that you actually worked? Was it the ollie, probably, or?
Actually, no. What was weird was like I was into like 80s freestyle, like old school skateboarding. Nice. So yeah, so before I ollied, I actually could do a primo flip.
Oh.
Yeah, a primo flip. Crap. So like basically, here, hold on.
Are you gonna perform it?
Oh, yeah, do it. Yeah, do it.
Oh, okay.
That no, board don't have the budget to pay her to perform it.
Right.
This is another move. That's 1,000.
I know. She's just racking up. Yeah. Like she's like,
yeah. Oh, this is dope. Thank you for showing us.
I know it's cool though.
Yeah.
Oh yeah, cool. No problem. No problem. So a primo flip, for all of you who don't know. So you're basically standing on a board, and then you flip the board with your feet, obviously. And you land on the wheels. Yeah. Sorry, it's like so your feet are like right here, and then you like shift your right or whatever, right or left foot, and then you flick it. Yeah. And so it flips, and then you land like that.
Holy crap! You did that before.
So that was the first trick I've.
You skipped it. That's
and I still. Jesus. It's weird because like I find the easy tricks for other people, it's hard for me. It's weird. Like I don't know.
Yeah. And that move right there is way more harder to do than this an ollie. And you did like most people start with an ollie. You did like forget ollie. I'm going above that. I'm going to show that one up.
That sounds like a
style move too.
Right. That sounds like a torn ACL for me.
I got right. Or a broken ankle, right?
Or broken ankle. Oh, no, broken ankle. Sorry, and ACL for that.
Yeah, maybe both.
Oh my God.
That would be great content. Anytime that Francesca's in the OC, we could have her do a tutorial with Victor as the demo.
Exactly. Yes.
If we do the ACL, at least we get on camera.
And no offense, Victor, but the term works. Old dogs but can learn new tricks.
No, but I have lousy insurance. Have you heard that term too?
By the way, I love how they just volunteered you.
Right.
I know.
Yeah. We all would do the sacrifice.
Yeah.
This whole weekend I was complaining how old I am. Right.
Well, see, doesn't make you young.
And now they're just like, okay, just
put the skateboard will make you. You'll keep you young.
Imagine he picks up skateboarding.
That's what I'm saying.
I don't know where.
Tony Hawk's
Takes
50
off
some
10
years
years.
old. He's still skateboarding his ass off.
Yeah, but he started when he was like what, 6?
20 or 12 or
Well,
something
I
like
don't
that. Yeah.
know, but I mean,
Hey, I started like as an adult. So
See?
Go.
Boom.
There you
Okay.
go.
Boom.
Francesca, I'm like
No excuses,
midlife,
yeah.
midlife crisis. Like,
Nope, we're
It's
not.
different.
Sorry.
Nope,
it's
sorry.
It's 3 against
Oh,
1,
no.
Victor.
Hey,
It's
Victor,
Okay.
if it make you feel better,
Gotta do
Victor,
it.
I'll
I
do it
guess
with
I
you,
could,
bro.
I can
Okay?
legitimize.
I'm
my
sorry, Victor. I'm not
stance.
sorry.
Yeah.
Victor, I'll do it with you, Victor. How about that?
Okay. Well, I'm gonna have to do like a lot of ankle and,
Well, I have
and, like
a- I have a-
squats and everything to
Exercise, stretching.
strengthen my
Yeah.
and stretching. Oh my god. Okay. That sounds a lot of work.
It's a lot of work.
It's fun though, man.
Yeah.
What you gotta do back? Just go like.
It's fun for you guys watching me fall.
Of course.
Well, no.
I like doing cinematography, so of
Yeah,
course.
let's wear the helmet, some elbow pads, some wrist guards, some knee pads, some ankle guards. Wear this
we-
full
The whole
suit.
thing.
The full suit.
I guess Francesca, we Joe, Omar, and I, and we know like a lot of director of photography, like friends and cinematographers and everything. And we're like, hey, I remember Joe posed that question. Hey, you think we can put them all together? Well, I think in this case, Joe, maybe you're right. All the angles. This is the time we can put all of them together.
3 cameras.
Work together. All
But what-
the director
What
of
together?
photography.
Oh, like to get all the cameras?
all the friends. Yeah.
And then have Victor hold 360 camera, so that way you can see the
Yeah.
whole
So
angle.
that way there's more
Of
evidence,
course, of course.
you know, of my failure and.
Yeah.
No, I don't.
No,
You're real negative,
so
bro. Don't
it's-
think negative.
It's you know my lawsuit. No, I was kidding.
Whoa.
I'm kidding.
Whoa, you can't be threatening to sue
I'm
the
kidding, no,
guest
I'm
on
not.
the show,
It's
bro.
getting-
You guys volunteered me.
Here.
For,
You got dark.
Evil Knievel.
Yeah.
At least it's Evil Knievel for me.
It's very dark tan.
Yeah, you went darker.
Well,
On a very
I see a
special
picture
dark
of like
tanation.
Victor in black and white. It's just like
Like,
rest in
Where's
peace.
this going? I
Like
told
that.
you I have no
Let's
idea.
ground it. Let's ground it. Let's
that Grand
we
Theft Auto
have-
sound, the wasted sound. That
So, Francesca, you're a female skater, female skateboarder. I wanted to know. I was just kind of curious. Are there any? Do you feel like there are any misconceptions about female skateboarders at all? If not, that's fine. But do you feel like there are any misconceptions from either the outside looking in or other skaters, either from male skaters, even other female skaters? Are there any misconceptions that you would feel are there for female skaters?
Yeah, definitely. I mean, yeah, definitely. So, like, I mean, from the outside looking in, sometimes, people are like, oh, that female skater wants to go to the park just to meet boys or, that stuff, or she's trying to get attention, or
they put you down because you're a girl, probably too.
yeah. And then sometimes, I mean, there's a good community of skateboarders. Like there's a huge camaraderie, but at the same time, if I go into like competitions or downhill racing, for example, it gets competitive and kind of like you're like in your lane. You can't just really like, hey, okay, never mind.
Whoa.
So it gets to that point. But let's see. Yeah, but overall it's been a good time with it. Like especially now there's more female skateboarders
Nice.
that
They're
I've
ripping
seen.
Yeah.
Yeah, exactly. And then I remember like when we have a local skate park that opened up like a couple years ago, and I remember the first month it was just my friend and I. It was like we were the only 2 females in the skate park, but now you go there's like 20 females, which is
That's
like
amazing.
That's
insane.
awesome.
That's awesome.
Yeah,
The progress.
it's
Yeah.
crazy. But
I think it's
yeah.
I seem like I noticed too, like when it comes to like females in sports sometimes it seems like they want to do the sport, but then they also worry about the asshole guys that are gonna like talk shit or whatever. And so like they don't want to do it, but in the heart they still want to do it. Like I know sometimes like you get a skate park or even the gym, sometimes women won't go by themselves because they're just subconscious about the dickheads that are gonna hit on them or all this other bullshit, so just letting them be. And I can imagine a skate park. I mean, a lot of skate park people skaters I know are pretty chill, but there's also those guys that are like, oh, I can get any girl, I can just go up and talk to her. And then they see you come in, they're like, I'm gonna go talk to her, and you just go, give them the little finger. I don't want to like do
Pretty
it,
much.
but yeah,
I'm sure Francesca's
it's like that daily meme. That
like fuck off.
I'm sure.
Yeah.
That's interesting you brought that up because like I like to skate everything from like, different disciplines from skate parks, freestyle,
Street,
downhill, longboarding. And there's some skaters that find that, they're like core to their style of skateboarding.
Oh, they don't branch out.
So like, yeah. So to me, it's like I'm cool with like new things. Like if I do freestyle tricks, I get bored with one trick, so I try to add another one and then another one and make it like a routine. So if people like certain people see that at the skate park, me doing is like freestyle instead of just doing airs or rails or stairs, they're kind of just like, some people are like, oh, that's interesting, that's cool, but then there's people that are like, get out of here.
The skate park
Nazis,
yeah,
because you've decided to do different disciplines, like different styles, different
very
types.
Bruce Lee, like do like take from like like you said, there's certain people like they're only like labeled as a vert skater or a street skater or a freestyle skater, but you like to do a little both or all of them.
That's hard.
Yeah, that's
keep up with all those different, a certain level of each one of those.
That sounds hard. I was going to ask, did skateboarding is an Olympic sport now, right? I mean, like summer. It is, right?
The dog and the dog
your dog answer for me.
Yeah.
What did your dog say? I'm sorry. What did your dog say?
He's like, heck yeah, it is.
It is okay. Cool. That's okay.
Yeah,
that's awesome. It's not just the X Games, but it's it's globally recognized as an Olympic sport. That's awesome. So you said you came here from the Philippines, right? Can I ask how old you came to the United States or immigrated? Sorry.
I was about seven
years old.
Wow.
Okay.
Yeah.
That's cool.
But
what part of the Philippines? I'm just kind of curious.
Cavite City.
Oh,
it's like I think an hour and a half from Manila City or Manila.
Okay.
Okay.
Yeah.
Wow. Okay.
Very cool.
Yeah.
Very
it's like a small province, and it's like it's called Cavite.
Cavite.
Okay.
I think I'm so bad. I should know this stuff. Like I speak fluent Tagalog and I write Tagalog, and it's like I'm so bad with the demographics.
That's cool. I was just kind of curious about how close it was to Manila. That's where my family's from.
Oh, nice.
I was sorry. I was just curious. I didn't mean to distract you.
No, Joe's Filipino
boy. Yeah,
Francesca. Joe's Filipino. I'm Indonesian, so
and I'm a mutt, so
and Omar Samoan and everything.
I'm mixed there.
So I was asking because obviously you have some culture. You still keep the culture as well.
That's cool though.
And I was just gonna ask, does being Asian or I guess Filipino ever influence the way you skate or the way you train? Does the culture come in somehow?
Maybe just more coordinated. I don't know.
Does being Asian ever help with like your personal branding of yourself? Like I know that you are also an actress. We can't forget that. And does skating and acting? I think just that combination together is really cool because a lot of the people that watch this are also actors that have probably seen in the last 3 or 4 years. Like must learn how to skate, and that's not something you should be faking. That should go to a real skater actress. So I was wondering, does it ever get you more roles? Obviously you do. You said you skate for movies and commercials and everything, but does it ever cross over and help you get like acting roles as well too, or vice versa?
Yeah, definitely. It's actually, I've been so lucky. It's opened up a lot of doors, and I get to meet people within, the industry. At the same time, they do like perform stunts, and
Mhm.
it's kind of like, yeah, it's interesting because, like you were saying, like must know how to skateboard if you're an actress or an actor. But I remember in the beginning, I was like, they're looking for skateboarders. Why would they say must know how to skate? You know,
Right.
because I had no
Exactly.
idea. Like, yeah, I was like, I was fresh to the industry, and I was just like thinking, like, oh, that's interesting. Yeah, I can skate. You know, so
Right.
I think that definitely helped me a lot because since I have the experience, people kind of see like their determination of like my abilities, and you know, I bet, I mean, you guys know, like doing stunts, it's kind of like you're doing so many different things, acting, physical
Yeah.
movements, and all
Yeah.
that.
Did you have any like favorite or memorable experiences, kind of like where you got to put both together, where you're acting, or just a favorite shoot that you're on that you're like, or this is really memorable? You know, anything like that out of the many that you've done?
That's a tough one. I think the most memorable part for me would be going back home to the Philippines, competing in downhill
Oh,
skateboarding.
That's
wow.
Since they,
Holy
yeah,
crap.
it became popular then. This
Wow.
was like 2015, 2016.
oh
But
wow.
there's this international word class and downhill federation. So they have races in Europe, Mexico, Canada, and Philippines happen to be one of them. And I was
Oh,
like,
nice.
Crazy.
yeah, I'm
Home
going
field
home to
advantage.
Even, you know, you do skateboarding, you do acting and like stunts, you do commercials and acting. So, can you tell me about like, well, how did you get into acting? I think that's interesting. And has acting ever helped you get skating roles, or vice versa? Has skating ever gotten you into, you know, acting roles? I mean, obviously it probably has. I'm just curious about that.
Mhm.
Yeah. So actually when I first started skateboarding, maybe a year after, um, someone hit me and my friend up for like this commercial. And I I was still new to skateboarding, but I was like, all right, let's do it.
Yeah.
So we did that. That was like my very first kind of, gig. And then I started competing in downhill racing and did that for about 6, 7 years. And then I took a break. And then 2019, that's kind of how I really, really started in the kind of acting, more into acting. Um, I did more commercials and like this like short film. Um, and it's interesting because I didn't realize how much it would cross over from, skateboarding with acting, and
Oh,
it's
yeah.
it's such a niche and like a special ability type of, like you earlier you mentioned that it's kind of where, they're looking for a skateboarder actress,
Right.
versus like, oh, just hold a skateboard,
And then a
and
stunt
just
woman comes
walk.
in. Yeah.
Right.
So I, so I think that kind of helped me go, help me open more doors into the acting and doing, music videos or
Oh, that
um
makes sense. Yes.
yeah, commercials, yeah. So it's helped a lot, and I get to know people, so kind of ventures out into the unknown, basically.
That's so cool.
So
That kind of
yeah.
reminds me of like back in the day. I remember I have this one tape still. I have it on VHS. That's how old it is. It's called The End. It's like an awesome epic skateboard tape with like Tony Hawk and all the Birdhouse guys. And it has
Yeah.
like you said, it's like a lot of music video, like a lot of skateboard video that I used to watch. I always have like these like awesome or gnarly punk bands just like playing as the guys would shredding and like grinding their asses off. And they would always like it felt like the music, like you said, would always work with the skateboard. Like I seen a
Yeah.
video with not Nigel Houston, but another guy like that. They did like a Sony thing where he skateboarded and then the speakers would make no music off of what his sounds made, and they make a cool
Mhm.
beat. off of it, and it was like a thing for the speakers. I'm like, that's pretty cool. I mean, like you said, like skateboarding and video is kind of going hand in hand because there's always cool videos have like skateboarding in it, even if it's not even like a skateboard video, like a tape, but like a video with skateboarding in it was always more epic than just some guys singing into a microphone.
Yeah.
You know?
Yeah.
Yeah.
And
It's
plus,
also when
it's
you're
like,
skateboarding. Oh, sorry. Go ahead. Sorry.
no, go ahead. I was just adding on.
No. Go ahead. Sorry, I forgot what I was going to say.
No, you go. No,
Yeah, right.
it's such a
It's the Zoom lag.
Right, yeah.
it just sorry, I lost my train of thought.
Sorry, I didn't mean to do that.
Damn it, Joe.
I was just saying, like,
It's okay.
like like when you're thinking about when you're doing a skating video, you do have to think about what's open to camera, what's the best look angle for the move, and it makes you more aware of things, I guess, when you're acting or
That's
when
way
you're
worse,
performing.
yeah.
Action acting, I
Yeah.
guess.
Not worse, but it's way more stressful because like when you do a stunt scene, it's easier. You just stand there. But imagine having to like grind or whatever, and then make sure you keep in mind where the camera is. So when you do the trick, the camera can actually get it. Like you said, Joe, it's like that's way more stressful than just being a stunt person, I think.
Yeah.
Like unless you're doing like a motion stunt, but like if you're just skateboarding and you gotta do a cool trick and you gotta make sure they're like, okay, land it, don't mess up, and then the camera's gonna catch it. So I gotta do it right here. And there's just so many
Oh my
things.
god. Yeah.
I can imagine.
It's timing is such a that's it's one thing landing it, but it's another thing like trying to make sure you don't hit the camera guy.
Oh,
or
I didn't
like
think of that.
anyone in general.
That's important.
I didn't think of that. That's crazy.
Yeah.
Yeah, because that's
Yeah.
happened. So
I can imagine.
not me personally, but
Oh,
it's
Yeah.
I'm kind
Rest
of
in
like
peace, that guy.
aware.
I was gonna say, yeah.
Yeah.
I can imagine taking a skateboard to the head. I got one in the ankle once. I hurt like a mother. Like I had like my ankle like hurt like shit. Someone threw it at me. Hit me. The truck hit me right in the ankle. It freaking killed for weeks.
Why are they throwing at you, Vic? I mean,
Well, it was my buddy. We were messing with him, and like he got tired of us throwing rocks and stuff, and so he was like, ah! And then like hit me perfectly right. The truck hit me right on the ankle, the wheel and everything. I was like, oh.
Achilles reborn,
that's
man.
not-
No, it hit me right in the ankle, bro. Like it freaking sucked ass. Those things are hard, man.
no, but
Yeah.
Francesca, I think that's so cool that you're rewarded for being multi-talented.
Right.
I feel like that's that's not a skill that everybody has, and even people who decide to do both acting and skating, which is rare in itself, to be able to do it at the level that you're doing, where you're getting commercials and getting to act with it in short films. Like I really want to see these. I want to put these up as we roll what we're talking about. That's I find that so cool, so amazing that it's branched you out into acting and performing. Hey, who's that?
Oh, there's the pooch.
There you go.
Little chihuahua.
This is Jack.
What's up, Jack?
He's
What's
so
up, pretty boy?
cute.
It's a boom.
Look at those ears.
Yeah.
I kind of the trick.
I
We're
call
talking about
them
tricks.
flapjacks.
Oh, nice!
Okay,
I love that.
thanks.
I love that show.
He's so cute.
Flapjack and Knuckles, man. But that kind of works into like my next question too. Was is there any signature moves that you would like consider like a Frankie move, or like you this is like the Frankie special, or like anything you're working on right now? Because like like back in the day, Tony Hawk put his claim on the 1080 or 900.
Oh yeah.
And like, so
Yeah.
like, is there anything like maybe not as great, like grandiose as a 900, but like something that you personally was like, this is, I mean, people see a video of me doing it. This is like, people can just like, oh, that's Frankie. Like that move is like your staple, like, or something you're creating on like new.
Yeah, so it's funny you mentioned that because like when I first started skating, and one of my very first tricks was a primo trick
Right. Which is
and
crazy.
the truck stand. Yeah.
Oh,
So the truck stand is
That
kind
makes
of
sense.
like I named it Frankie's Bluff at the time.
nice.
Bluff.
I like that.
Because-
That's epic, man.
It
I love
sounds
that.
so San Diego.
So fucking cool.
Bluffs. Yeah.
That's sick. Yeah.
So I named it Frankie's Bluff at the time because I couldn't fully do the trick, so I improvised, and it looked cool. So it kind of made it like I tweaked the trick a little bit. So yeah, I called it Frankie's Bluff.
Nice.
But it's basically a truck stand. I don't know.
Oh yeah, but you add a little flavor to it, so I mean, it makes it more
Yeah,
special.
yeah.
I want to see
Yeah.
that.
Yeah.
Get a clip of that.
Yeah.
Can you demonstrate that?
Yeah,
No,
is that way?
Just, you know, for
Yeah,
the
hold on one
untrained eyes.
Could you-
Put
That's
me on
another
the spot.
$1,000, Victor.
Yeah,
You have that kind of budget.
Victor, you're raking it up, man. That's yeah, like that's another G, bro.
Oh,
You're gonna be
man.
broke return to end this episode, man.
I
First you
know.
get the brown out, and then you got to, you know.
Broke, hurt, everything.
Brown out. I don't know
Right,
what
yeah.
you're talking about.
All right. Well, we're all browns out right now. We're all.
It probably
brown
was
and
our
we're
fault, you know?
out. Right.
There's too much brown. Too much.
Yeah, that's what happened. Yeah.
Too much brown.
Tan.
Brown explosion.
I like the word tan.
Oh, tan. Yeah, sorry.
Yeah.
Yeah, too much. It was a 10 out.
Joel
Yeah,
started-
take it out. Yeah.
Keep it within the theme. Francesca, so
Yes.
you talked about how skateboarding got you into commercials, short films, and what have you. Do you want to continue acting as far as that has nothing to do with skateboarding? Do you want to do comedy, more drama? Is there, what are your plans for acting in the future?
Oh God. I do. I like it. I really enjoy the creative part and improvising. But quite honestly, I haven't really put that much thought of like if I want to be in comedy, drama, or action.
Go with
I
the
do
flow.
like comedy.
Mhm.
Yeah, exactly. Because that's kind of how it's been like.
That's what it seems like. Yeah.
Yeah, from just basic skateboarding to racing and then filming. It just kind of
Boom, boom, boom.
yeah, I had no idea like ever that I would be skateboarding or even be a part of this industry.
That's the best way.
Like
Yeah.
So I've never really thought about past yet. Past the whole skateboarding acting part of it. So
Somebody's
but
better
I
not
think
to.
I'll be thinking about that.
Well, you
Starting
never
out.
know. There might be someone who wants to do like a really serious, like Sundance,
Oh, like
skating
dramatic
film.
piece.
They need
That would
somebody,
be cool.
and then it leads you into like
That'd be epic.
more dramatic acting, or just like you just getting deep into that craft. Because like you said, there's like you said you had seen maybe from afar someone doing like a cool ollie or a cool move, and then now look at you now. It's just kind of like, and then you got into the other stuff, so it's just like a very natural progression, and
That's all it takes, man.
who knows what destiny fate has for you, you know.
They could
Yeah,
do
that would be really cool.
like that movie, the mid '90s, which was like a '90s movie. Jonah Hill directed, where it's like about '90s and skateboarding and the kids and
Yeah.
everything. So like they could easily do a cool like indie movie about skateboarding. That would be pretty dope, I think.
Yeah,
Yeah.
for female skateboarders, for anybody.
Definitely.
Yeah, exactly.
Yeah.
They did that rollers one that was a pretty good movie too. The ones with the derby girls where they're like bashing into each other, smash each other on the walls,
Yeah,
like roller skate
Oh,
derby.
yeah.
They made a movie with
What,
I can't remember what it's
like whip
called. Yeah,
or
that's
something?
where they were just like it's like gladiatorial with
Yeah.
roller skates on it. So it was like
Yeah.
females kicking ass. It was awesome.
Yeah. I think it was a
Yes.
competition show like in the 70s or 80s.
Well, yeah,
The-
but
the
this
roller.
yeah, but this was like a movie they made like that was based off the whole culture.
Right.
And so it was like they had like big name actors and whatever. Like and then they had like the actors that are in it, the female actors actually went and like learned how to do it and actually competed in like obviously not like top level, but they learned all the rules and how to do it while I actually get in there instead of just being like, I'm an actress and I'll have some stunt person come in and just skate for me. Like they actually got in there and took the beatings and the lumps and all the stuff that you would like, especially you, Frankie, that would have happened when you skateboard and like you fall down. Obviously, like I was gonna speak like what was do you have any like gnarly like incident like accidents, like any kind of damages or anything or
Just you know what? I've been so lucky, no broken bones. That I know of.
That's even worse.
My friend
like...
told me I would know. So, but just a lot of road rash and maybe minor concussions, but nothing like my bones sticking
just
out.
Just a minor concussion.
Minor? Okay.
My brain got rattled just a little bit.
Yeah.
It's all right.
No. But what I mean is Like,
Yeah,
yeah, okay.
I know. We're just messing with
You're just
you.
giving me a hard time.
Yeah.
Okay, cool.
Yeah, yeah.
No, but going back to the getting into acting, more acting, and the indie stuff, you kind of gave me an idea, Omar. It's like maybe Victor, maybe we write something for Frankie, like a short film or something. We could try to pitch that, and for the next time you're up in LA, or we come down to you,
Skateboarding done with.
Awesome.
Yeah,
that would be
If you're down, you know what I mean. You have a cool story. I really find it very compelling.
We could do your own 8 Mile. But
That's actually good. Yeah, that's a good point.
And then you could use 8 Mile and make it turn into like the road, you could do I don't know, Vert Smile or something. Maybe it can that ties into like skateboard or something. I don't know.
Oh, I like that. That's pretty cool.
We'll talk about that for sure.
Yeah, for sure. And one of the things we like to do, Frankie, is when we bring people on, we want to work with them.
Absolutely.
It's a goal of ours. And
now you're contracted to work with us forever.
Yeah,
I'm just joking.
Yeah, and Joe is a director. He's a brilliant writer, and
Austin's
going to happen.
Too, man.
Yeah, and he can do stunts.
Yeah,
I'll just be backup to backup. How's that sound?
He's a producer, man.
I'll be the boom guy, just holding the mic.
No, Omar's going to be in. He's a talent too. He's going to be the 6'6" skateboarder that no one's ever seen. Yeah.
Start practicing.
Yeah, that would be awesome.
I'll be like the mystery. I'll be like the Skater X.
Hell yeah.
Yeah.
Hell yeah.
But I think it's and again, we're big proponents of creating your own content, to further everyone's career and just for the craft of it. And we can tell that you love this craft, and you love skateboarding, obviously, and I mean, it's just a matter of time that we all work together.
Hell yeah.
I wanted to ask if you can say anything. Do you have any upcoming projects by any chance?
Not just acting, but everything.
Well, everything.
That's a good question, Victor. That's a really good question. Oh God, you put me on the spot. I can't think right now.
Damn, Victor.
Do you have any events that you're doing? Any
skateboard things, or just not even just acting, like any kind of cool competitions or?
Honestly, I think right now I'm putting something together like I mentioned earlier. Like I like to try a trick and then make combinations from it. So I'm kind of working on maybe putting a video together of like a story type of skateboarding, not just like tricks, more of
so
like
not just a standard skate video then.
Yeah.
Okay.
Like more
old school skate.
I'm not saying it's not artistic, like with just doing stairs or whatever.
Like narrative.
But you know what I mean? Yeah, exactly. Narrative.
Wow.
Thank you.
Oh,
and then you're directing that, right? So that's is that your first directing and producing kind of credit?
Oh no. It's just like no, it's not. I'm just kind of testing things out, like like finding spots of like, hey, what can I do here, or what type of. It's kind of like a personal project, I guess.
That's it. Nothing wrong with that. That's awesome.
Yeah.
No, it does count. That's sometimes the personal ones are the best, as long as you don't go towards like the room. As long as you don't get anywhere near the room movie, then you're fine when it comes to personal projects. Because that movie was all personal, and it's terrible. It's fun, but yeah.
Yeah, Frankie, I started filming just tricking videos, like flips and stuff way back in the late 90s. I can't do any of that now.
This dude moves like Jackie Chan. Don't let me lie to you, man.
No, I wish. But it just kind of like, knowing the angles and like kind of starting to tell those stories. And you start to, once you get that first one down, I'm sure you're going to like want to try it again and go bigger and bigger and start
even go longer.
So you are directing that, whether or not, you put it on IMDb as a directing credit, and then and then after the film that we do, right? Like who knows where you take it and start doing more. Like, fast forward 5 years, but from now it's like, the South by Southwest award goes to,
why not?
Rosario.
Yeah, exactly.
You never know.
We never know exactly.
You have to adapt. You're really modest and humble about your skills, and I think you should totally take advantage of it. Take advantage.
It seems like Victor seems to find people that are like-minded, because like all of us are very low-key about stuff and modest. Like this guy over here, this beautiful bastard Joe, was like, oh, I was just doing a couple of acting things, and then he show up on a fucking CBS show with SWAT, looking all cool and badass and stuff. So like, he's like, I just did a little show. Kind of like we did, like, I just had minor concussion. It's all right. My brain just got shaked around.
Right.
She just got up like, my name's Thomas. Frankie.
No, sometimes I forget. Like, to me, it's because I've done it so many times. To me, it just sounds like, oh yeah, I just did that. But I forget that if I say that to someone, that it's like, whoa. Like, I'm like, oh, sorry, no, I didn't. Like,
right. Yeah.
Yes.
Yeah.
So, yeah.
Yeah. Guys, any last thoughts? Here.
I just want to thank you for your time, Frankie, and I just want to see you go forward because that's a very specific, trait. Those are so many specific attributes.
Right. Absolutely.
Yeah, for sure. We're gonna work.
Hope to see you in a movie or see you in X Games. That'd be cool. Like see like the name pop up. I'm like, I know her.
Yeah, and that narrative that you talked about, I was just processing my head as you're talking about it. I mean, that has potential. It's like almost like a documentary.
Exactly.
I don't know if you remember like Kobe Bryant's Muse with I think it was Spike Lee who directed it, or
I could
see
like
a story, like the narrative. Yeah, I could see like potential in it, and
do that.
Yeah. I mean, you could. I mean, it's sky's the limit to be honest on that project. So we can't wait to see it, and hopefully we work together. I know we'll work together, and in some capacity. And like Omar was saying that the humbleness, the appreciation of the arts and craft. I could even though it's the first time us meeting, but I could see that even in your social media, just everything that you display is all about that. So
thank you.
We're big fans. We're really big fans of you. So
I think it helps too that she's a skateboarder, because most skateboarders I know are usually pretty down to earth. Like it's really rare to find. Not saying they're not real, but it is a very hard to find an ego skater. But there is, like there's those skaters that are just like sometimes they're just like they act like they're gonna be the next Tony Hawk, and you're like, like, bro, you're not. You can't even land an ollie, bro. What are you doing?
Yeah. But that's what it was. It's just the passion of the art of the sport, of the craft. That'll bring you many places, and it's the appreciation is it is why you're glowing and you're gonna go places. That's for a fact. So and we're big fans here. So
thank you.
Yeah, guys. Frankie, thank you so much.
Thank you guys. I had so much fun.
Yes. Frankie,
promotions or anything?
Yes, promotion. Your Instagram. Obviously, we're gonna put that all up, but anything your Instagram, your website, or anything you want to promote?
Oh, yeah, my Instagram.
Caught her off guard there.
Yeah.
Like, oh shit.
Sorry. I need coffee.
All good. It's almost lunchtime, by the way, but okay.
I know. It's because I had it way too early. Yeah. Anyway. Basically, just Instagram. My Instagram handle is Francesca _Rosario. And I'll be posting up some cool clips and some new projects coming up. So just keep in touch.
Awesome.
Hell yeah.
Awesome.
I'm gonna go right now. Why?
He's doing it right now.
Come on.
No, because if I don't
respect.
I'm saying if I don't do it now, my ADHD brain is gonna like throw it out the window, and I'm like, I'll think about it 3 days later and be like, oh, I forgot to go on Instagram.
We'll remind you.
We're doing it now. But, Francesca, thank you so much for doing this.
Thank you.
We really appreciate it.
You guys.
You're the best.
Thank you. Guys, for Francesca Rosario, we are the Darker Tan Asians signing out. Thank you so much, Francesca.
Thank you.